Well, as we're looking into this brave new world of us, we really have to ramp up our marketing now. We've been very fortunate over the last few years to just kind of be skating through, and we haven't had to push very hard to market, but now we're going to have to. Social media is huge, just like always. So Joanna's going to teach us how to actually spend a little bit of money, not a lot of money, but how you can start getting buyers and sellers and get your name out there and start building your business for 2023. So we're starting on time at 10:01, and take it away, Joanna.
Hey there. So we've got a good group of online, and we've got some agents here in person, but we're going to keep it very open. So if you guys have any questions along the way or need anything, just shout them out. You keep yourself on mute, use your space bar if you want to chat. And that goes for everybody here in person too. So how many of you right now are currently using Facebook ads? Do we have any like pros in the room? No, which is good because we're going to start at a very basic level. JD says, me. Yeah,
that's because of Joanna.
I was gonna say, well, you go ahead. We'll see you put a Facebook ad together.
I'm gonna learn.
We'll call it entertainment hour instead of education hour. Love you. Okay, so what we're gonna do is kind of start at a very basic level, and I'm gonna walk through with you guys today how to put together an ad. We're gonna go through every step, and at the end, I am gonna publish an ad for you. But some things I want to talk about, what the use of your Facebook ad can do for you. So what you used to be able to do on Facebook and what you can do today are two completely different worlds. Facebook advertising has taken on another level. Thankfully for us, Facebook has really put a lot into the advertising component of their whole platform. A lot of other social medias do not have this kind of advanced advertising. They've got very basic levels, but Facebook's put a lot into it as far as how their algorithm works, how they assist you, what kind of data they collect, what your options are, all of that. So for realtors, when we're running Facebook ads, mostly what we want to do, what I talk to a lot of people about is they want to get leads. So they want to be able to run an ad, they want people's information, and they want to be able to call, text, email, and connect with people. And that's perfect. That's really ideally what you're going to use Facebook advertising for. So you can collect buyer leads, you can collect seller leads, or you could also, if you have a listing, maybe you're trying to please your seller, you want to push out that listing in any way possible, collect leads still on that listing so that you can call and follow up with people, or mostly so that you can please your seller. Is there any other type of ad that you guys have run in the past, or something else, like a different type of agenda that you're looking to achieve with Facebook ads aside from lead generation or pleasing your sellers? That's it. Okay, so we'll, I'm sure you see on your Facebook page all the time as you're scrolling through your feed, you'll get a lot of Facebook ads, and a lot of it is brand awareness, right? Like your big brands, looks like Walmart, Target, Amazon. Sometimes they try to push us to buy or look at their inventory. That's their end goal, right? They want us to spend money, but sometimes it's just about brand awareness, especially during the holidays. In real estate, really, you can do that if you wanted to spend thousands of dollars on your brand. But at the end of the day, I think most of us are just looking for leads. So that's what we're going to focus on for our advertisement today, is how to generate leads directly, how to get names and phone numbers. Does that sound good to you guys?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay. And then we also have in the class, somebody is talking about, they want to be able to remind friends and family that they're a realtor, because our friends and family are the first people to forget what we do, or they don't want to bother us, right? So that'll help you. We can specifically touch on that point too when we go through the options of what type of ad you can run out here. So again, we're starting base level. So before I share my screen, I want to talk about the different types of ads that you can do. Because the advertising platform is so big on Facebook, there's so many different things you can do. You can go to your ads manager, you can just boost your post, you can create an ad right there from your front page. It's easy to get lost. We're going to walk through this course together and create an ad, and you might get out there and feel like you're lost. So I want to show you the different avenues where you might get lost, right? You might start in a different place than we start today, but I want you to be able to find your way roundabout back to creating that one ad. And that way there's a lot less confusion. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys, and we're going to talk through each concept as we go through it. Because like I said, they've got a lot of options out here on Facebook. So can everybody see my screen okay? You should be looking at the Zoom page. We're going to go ahead and move this over. I'm just going to move your guys' faces real quick, and we're good. Okay. So first and foremost, what you want to do is start on Facebook. So we're just logging into Facebook as we normally would. And what you will need in order to make a Facebook ad is you have to have a business page. So I've logged in. This is my personal profile, just like we all have when we log into Facebook. Does everybody have, like, show of hands or in the chat, does everybody have a business page for themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If you don't have a Facebook business page, which I'm looking at all the names on here, and I think I have seen everybody's Facebook business page. So we should be set. If you don't have a business page, that's okay. We've got a video on YouTube. You can go out there and create a business page, and it only takes like 5 minutes. Okay. So we're going to start though with the premise that we do already have a Facebook business page. So there's different things you can do to spend your money with Facebook. They'll take it in all different forms. First, what you can do is boost a post. And this is kind of like the simplest way to run an ad. And what boosting a post means is you've gone out on your business page. This is the Florida Dream Team. This is the business page for my mom and I. And what you can see here, whenever you make a post on your business page, it'll always ask you, hey, do you want to boost this? And what that means is you can throw money at Facebook and then tell Facebook where you want that post to be seen, and they'll push it out more for you. So right now, if you were to make a post, maybe about 10% of the people who follow you are going to see that post. The algorithm is made so that businesses aren't seen as much and your authentic profiles are seen more, because that's the user experience, and that's also how Facebook gets you to spend money, and that's okay. But if you go ahead and boost post, what that's going to do for you is, one, you can make it so that every single person that follows you, like your friends and family and the connections you already have, will see it. But two, you can also choose an authentic audience to send that out to. So that's going to be certain zip codes. That's going to be certain types of people. You can choose your entire audience that way as well and get it out onto different pages. Get that out onto different pages that you aren't typically friends with. So the other way that you can do this is you've got all these options down here on the left-hand side. You've got friends, memories, ad managers, marketplace, watch. These different options are going to pop up for you once you've got a business page. So you want to click see all. Clicking see all here on the side gives you the option to create different things, such as the ad. So the ad portal can be accessed from right here as well. Like I said, there's a lot of different options. So you can start on your business page and boost your post. You can come out here to the left-hand side, open up all of your different options, and create an ad here as well. I do want to hop over and take a step going backwards and scroll down here. If you wanted to get a little bit more detailed, if you scroll down to the bottom, you can come into the Ads Manager portal. Now that is the much more complicated version of creating an ad. So once you start getting more comfortable, you can come out here and use your Ads Manager portal to create ads as well. So what we've done is started with like the very basic. You've made a post, you're just going to push it out to people. Then we've gone down into, hey, let's create a simple ad right from our page. And then we've taken it a step further into, hey, let's get down into the nitty gritty, the details, and create a really detail-oriented campaign within the Ads Manager portal. So in here, you can see past ads that you've created. So once we kind of get to the end where we've made an ad for you, when we get to the end, what you're going to want to do is say, well, okay, now where do I get to see the success of this ad? Where do I get to see all the numbers? How can I follow up on this ad? And that's going to be here in the Ads Manager portal. So you can see past ads that we've run here. They're done, they're completed. So they'll either read in review, they'll be active. If something goes wrong, maybe it'll read denied. And then when it's done, you'll see completed, and you can come across and you can see all of your results. You can see all of your numbers and everything, which is a great thing to send off to your sellers. Once that ad's done, you can say, hey, here's what I've done for you. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to hop back to Facebook, where we're all very comfortable. You can ask a question. Yeah. So the question is, can you do this on your phone? You can boost posts on your phone. The Ads Manager profile, for a while, they made it available on the phone. It is not, I would say, even for somebody like me that does ads all the time, I refuse to do it on my phone. It is very complicated. So what you do want to mostly do this on your desktop, because that way you've got a full view of everything. You can see the details. It's very hard to use on the phone. Boosting a post on the go, real easy to do. So if you were to put a post out here, let's hop down to this page. If you were to put a post out and you wanted to boost it real quick, move your faces again. Boost it real quick. It's going to go through a series of questions, which is the same thing we're about to go through here. You can do that on your phone really easily, but accessing that Ads Manager profile is going to be a bit difficult for you. And that's my personal opinion. You might like to do it on the go rather than opening it up on the desktop, but that's going to be a personal. But I do advise using it on the computer. Do we have any other questions so far? No. Okay. All right, so we're going to come back to here where we've got all of our options. We're going to click See All, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to create an ad. So as I go through these steps, if anything confuses you, just go ahead and shout it out, and we'll take care of those questions as they pop up. So you've got several different options right away. So you've got Get Started with Automated Ads, Create a New Ad, or Boost a Post. So what we're going to focus on today is Create a New Ad. The automated ads is a newer feature with Facebook. Like I said, where Facebook was before and where it is now, two completely different places. You used to have to create a very basic ad, give them your money, and it was, you almost had to be a programmer at one point to create an ad. Now Facebook will kind of take over because they've got so much data that they've collected. They will automatically create things for you. They'll change things for you and make it best for each user's profile that it is showing up on. That is a whole nother, I would almost call that Facebook Ads 2.0. That's a whole nother thing. What we're going to be focused on today is the basic. We're going to go out here, we're going to create a basic ad, because by tonight we want to be talking to people. We want 10 people to talk to by tonight. And that's possible right here, creating a new ad on Facebook. So, and if you happen to be a super user on Facebook and you have multiple profiles, make sure you're under the correct profile here. When you go to create an ad, if you use this drop down, you can see if you've got multiple profiles, you can select which one you're using. So we're going to go ahead and just click create a new ad. Now, this is where you'll spend the bulk of your time. It's going to automatically use your cover photo and your description, and you're going to see it's just going to start auto-populating stuff. Do not get overwhelmed. We are going to work through this, and we're going to edit each piece of this ad so that it's exactly what we want. Okay. So first and foremost is the goal of the ad. This is the most interesting part of Facebook. So whatever it is that you are trying to achieve. So you've got automatic, which really just lets Facebook create what kind of ad it wants for you and for each user, what's going to get their attention the most. But specifically, especially with real estate, we know what we want. We want leads. We don't just want brand awareness. We don't just want somebody to click into our website and get lost forever. We want their name and phone number, and we want to call them. We want to talk to them, and we want to help them get into a house, right? So you can run ads that are going to help you get more phone calls. You can get more clicks onto your website. You can get more messages, and that's through the Facebook Messenger profile. You can get more page likes. So I've seen a lot of realtors doing this as well lately. I know most of us want leads, but some of us might have just started our Facebook page and we want more page awareness so that we've got more weight in that algorithm. And that's fine too. So you can go through that option. Promote your business locally. And then we've got get more leads. So we're specifically going to focus on leads today. This used to not be an option for Facebook. What you used to have to do is get more clicks onto your website and then either pay or work with your website provider. When they landed on your website, it asked them for their information, right? Like after 10 seconds, a pop-up would come up and say, hey, give us your name and phone number, and then they would disappear, right? So we used to work really hard on the algorithm of converting people over to the website and then hoping that we scheduled just the right enough time where they would look at our website page and then hopefully they would fill out their information. And the percentage was decent, but still very small. Now what Facebook has done for us is if we go through the route of get more leads, you're going to see here as we create our Facebook ad, it's going to auto generate when they click a button, it's going to fill out their information for them and it's going to send it right off to us. It is great. I see we've got a quick question here. Can you select more than one goal? The only way to select more than one goal is through the automatic. So that lets Facebook select the most relevant goal based on your settings. They'll switch stuff around and move it, but you can only select one at a time and it'll only allow you to select one at a time. So this is because the ad that you create based on your goal is what kind of button what the button is gonna do for you. So when they click into your ad here, we're choosing get more leads. So that means when they click in, it's gonna open up a lead sheet and they're gonna submit their information. If you wanted to get more calls when they clicked it, it would automatically dial you. It would open up their phone and just dial you. So the goal is what the ad function is, so you can only select one. But that's a great question. Yeah, you can do multiple ads for sure. Multiple ads with different goals. So now that we've got get more leads selective, we are going to come down here to creating the ad. Earlier, I did a post for Michael Hall's beautiful listing down here in South Cape. So this is what we're going to use as our example for today, Lucky Michael. And we're going to post out and try to get leads on this beautiful home in Southwest Cape. So first, what we've got here is the description and the photos. So what we're going to go ahead and type out, we're going to take out the bio that it automatically puts in here. And what we're going to say is check out this great. Joanna can't type when she's live. Check out this great golf access home. And JJ, are you still on live? Can I put you on the spot for a second?
Yes.
Okay. Can you talk to them about, because I'm going to make sure I put it in here, but can you talk to them about the rules with DVPR and social media and making sure that we put all of our correct information out there?
Absolutely. And that's the easiest way to get in trouble. And there are agents and there are people out there looking to get us all in trouble. So you have to have in an easy to discover place the fact that you're a realtor and yet you are with Jones and Company Realty. So some people will name their business page JJ Jones Realtor or JJ Jones and Company Realty, and that covers it. Or you can put it somewhere in the body copy where it's going to be found again. You know, call me JJ Jones Realtor or call me JJ Jones. You still have to have the company name in there no matter where it is. Jones and Co Realty. You can put your phone number in there, but you have to identify where it is. You might want to actually put your state in there as well because you're reaching the world in Facebook. And even though you're going, oh, great property in Cape Coral, Florida, unless you put Florida in your ad, they're not going to know that either. So legally, you have to have your last name and you have to have the company name somewhere in the ad, not when it says see more or click through onto a flyer part of it. It's got to be in the front part of it. And again, they've got spiders out there looking. There's agents that are looking to report you and get you in trouble. And that is a federal law about advertising. So otherwise it looks like a blind ad and you could get fined $1,000 per ad per day.
Thanks for that infomercial.
That's not good for the piggy bank.
No. And the government doesn't need any more of our money. That, we need it all.
I have a question.
Yes.
So if you have an ad out there, as long as the picture has Jones and Company in it, do you also have to type it in the wording? Because like I have a bunch of cute little square pictures for, Instagram and Facebook, and it says Jones and Company with my name and number on it. As long as the picture has it, are you okay?
Yeah, so if our logo had it properly in here or in this photo, that would be okay, correct, JJ? Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
if the logo is in there, you are set. I am putting it in here because I'm using a very old page to do as an example today. So since it's not prominent, we make sure we put it right there within the first couple of lines that it's with Jones and Company. Okay, so I just want to make sure that that is covered because right now that's where we're seeing the most people get sued. So I want to send you guys out so you can create an ad and start talking to people tonight, but I don't want anybody getting that $1,000 bill tonight. So that's my disclaimer. Don't come after me. You've been warned. No, we don't put the name in the description because your name will be at the top of the ad here. Your profile name shows, your profile picture shows, and then the verbiage shows. So, and then like I said, so it's automatically going to pull the description from your bio, and it's automatically going to pull a photo from your cover photo on Facebook. But those are all editable. It's just so that you can see what piece is supposed to go where as you start to make this. So we've gone ahead and typed out a quick little description. And then we're going to go ahead and add in our photos. So we're going to select media. It's automatically going to open up what you've got in Facebook already. Maybe you've already posted about it. You've already got it posted out there in a folder, but we're going to click the upload button here. And we're going to pull it from my desktop, if it will let me.
Well, that's cool. I'm kind of following along with you in my own thing here.
Oh, good. And it's doing exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Okay.
That's the best way to learn if you can do your hands-on instead of taking notes.
That's the
Yeah.
only way I can learn.
I was gonna say my upload is just going a lot slower than yours, I'm sure, because it's streaming at the same time.
We will give a shout out to Comcast while we're waiting for it to come up. They were actually super great and detected things with the lines in our office, and they actually came out and did it on time when they said they were going to do it. So, hooray for them!
Cool.
It's not on there.
Okay, is that not it?
It's going. Okay.
And another reason why you should be doing it on a desktop instead of your phone.
Absolutely. All right, so we can see it's in there. So we're going to click select. And you can see that you can add multiple medias. So if we were to select multiple pieces, then it's going to do that. They call it a carousel on Facebook. So you've seen ads before where it shows up on your feed and you can scroll through multiple things. And it puts multiple buttons at the bottom of each. But we only want this picture in here. So if this happens to you where it keeps your cover photo and it keeps the photo that you've selected, you can come back out here and there should be a 1 on something and then a 2 on something. So you can hover over your different options you have down here at the bottom and then just deselect. It might be super light on your screen, but right here in the corner, there's a little X. So deselect the ones you don't want. And then when you're done, click select, and you can see that it has gone ahead and updated for us. So I'm going to stick with the single photo just to keep things simple. But if you want to, you can add up to 5 photos. You can see right here. So if you add multiple photos, like I said, it's just going to create that scroll effect. So you can just scroll through different photos. If you want to add multiple photos of that home, then you certainly can. Yes, JJ.
I see it says select multiple images or videos. Can you do a combination or does it have to be one or the other?
You can do a combination.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah. And most of the time when you put a video in there, what it does as they're scrolling, it just automatically starts playing. Right now, videos are getting a lot more attention than your images are because they catch people's attention more. So you'll get more bang for your buck as people are scrolling through. When it starts moving, if you have a beautiful virtual tour of a home, I suggest putting that up if you can, instead of just the photo, because if it starts moving through the home, like out to the water, you know, somebody's going to stop and go, you know, before they just see the beautiful picture of the water. So
I just
we're
have a
gonna go.
general question. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, absolutely.
I have a bunch of stock photos of homes I've sold and everything in here. Is it okay to just like do a carousel of just general property photos? And just to,
If they're your photos that you own, you can certainly
Right.
post them. You just want to make sure that you are very clear in your intentions of your verbiage. You know, don't say, oh, I've got a new listing, because you don't. They're not
Right.
listed. But you can say, you know, this is, you know, something about like looking for beautiful homes in Southwest Florida. Like, let me be your guide.
Okay.
Click
all right.
here.
You might want to put something on some of those photos like too late, sold, oh, missed this one, you know, kind of
Okay.
thing to create some excitement.
Yes. Okay. Sounds good. All right.
Yeah, so as long as you're clear in your intentions, and you know, I mean, it's easy to say, obviously don't lie, but sometimes we get so creative, we don't realize, like, oh, you got to think about how the public is perceiving it. So as long as they're not going to perceive it as an actual listing, and somebody's not going to call you and say, hey, I saw this, you know, the blue house that you listed, and I want that, and you go, oh, well, it's not actually listed. If they get upset, next thing you know, they report you, and it's downhill from there. So if you're very clear about your intentions, of course, and you own the photos, go for it. The more creative,
Okay.
the better.
All right. Okay. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Which is a good point. Use the photos that you own or you have permission to
Right.
use. So if if you're advertising someone else's photo in the office, like she's using Michael Hall, she's contacted Michael Hall and said, can I use that photo? Can I advertise?
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Absolutely. So you can see as we change stuff here, we're changing the image, the description, the synopsis of our ad is changing here on the side too. So we can constantly see what it looks like and whether we like it or not as we continue to change stuff. So now our next option is going to be changing the headline, which is right here. So the headline automatically, they put in your page name here. So what we're going to label this is beautiful of access home. And we're going to learn how to spell. All right, so as we change it, oh, where'd that go? Okay, thank you. Okay, so as we change it, we can see that it changes here on the side as well. It's
Just slow.
Yeah, it's just slow. When you're streaming at the same time, it doesn't want to go. And the F does not want to go into golf. So we just have a goal access home. All right. So as we keep scrolling, I'm going to come back and fix that in a second. As we keep scrolling, then we've got the button label. So this is what you want them to click here. Scroll this down a little bit. Right here, it automatically puts apply now. Obviously, that's not fitting for our situation. So we are going to change this into learn more. But you've got lots of different options in here. You can do get quote, sign up, or subscribe. Most of the time, what you're using in real estate is learn more, but you could always use get quote if you were advertising to sellers and they wanted to get an idea of what their home is worth or anything like that. So once we choose that, oh, it is maxed out. Thank you. So you do have 25 characters that you're allowed to put in here. So we're just going to call this golf access home for now. You can get creative as you need. So once we've chose what the button is going to be, it's going to be learn more. That's going to go ahead and that's going to update here as well. Then we're going to keep scrolling. We're going to create the form. And what this is when they click learn more, this is where it is going to take them. So most of your other options, if you were to do get more calls, when they click the button, it's just going to call you. If you were to choose get more website attention, it's just going to send them to your website. But we want leads. So what that's going to do is keep them internal in Facebook, and it's going to just open up a lead sheet. same as you might have on your website when somebody says that they want to contact you. But what's great is this opens up right in Facebook, so it doesn't take them out of Facebook. It's going to autofill that information for them. When they first came out with these, it didn't do that. Now it does. Super impressive. So their name, their email, their phone number, Facebook has all of their information. They have, you know, their firstborn child. They've got everything on you. So it goes ahead and it just fills that out for them. And all they have to do is click next and that they confirm, and boop, you've got a lead. So it makes it super easy for the user, which means more leads for you. Because when people used to open up this, they say, oh my God, I don't want to fill this out. I just wanted to see the house, or, you know, they don't want to take the time to do that. They would just go right back out of it. But now it autofills for them. All they have to do is click submit. We see a huge leap in the amount of leads that we get for, you know, for the dollar. So the form name, we're going to call this Golf Access Home Information. And that's going to update this preview here. So you're going to fill out the different things that you want. We want their phone number and their email. It automatically is going to put their full name. So we're going to check that off. We're going to check that off. And that's going to edit what you see here. A word to the wise, the more information you ask for, the less you're going to receive. If you make it super simple for them to fill out the form, boop, done, you'll get more leads out of it. If you start asking for a lot of different information, you might find that you're not going to get as many leads, or if people are kind of uncomfortable until they know you, you know, even when we're trying to get listing leads, sometimes just asking for what their address is can be a turnoff. They're a little worried to give you their address, but sometimes it does work. So you'll play with this a lot and figure out where that sense of comfortability is with people. But you can see here, if you click see all, there's lots of different options. So street address, date of birth. Do not ask for gender. That is in one of the protected classes for real estate. We're going to get to that in a minute. It's probably going to take that off of there once it realizes it's a real estate ad. But most of the times, what you want to stick to is the phone number, the email, and maybe if you're asking, if they're asking for a quote on how much their home is worth, then you can go ahead and put street address in there. But I'm just going to keep it at the name, phone number, and email. That's a very generic lead. That's what you pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month to get out of, you know, Realtor.com or Zillow or anything like that. So that's what we're going to ask Facebook to do for us. If you wanted to add in a short answer question, you could do that. You can maybe ask them, what type of home are you looking for? You can ask them, you know, are they looking to sell? Are they looking to, you know, you could ask questions, but just keep in mind, the more questions you ask, the less likely they are to respond. So once we've got all of that filled out, you can see here, it's showing our little form, and you can click through here. So it just says contact information, confirm the details below. Their name, their email, their phone number will autofill for them. When they click next, it's going to show an automatic privacy policy that is straight from Facebook. And then it's going to say, thanks, you're all set. But what you can also do on this is you can change out the photos, you can change out all the stuff on here if you wanted to. You can totally personalize this landing page that they go to. But just keep in mind, they're going to land there, they're going to click the submit button, and they're going to be right back onto Facebook. So we're going to go ahead and click save. And that's going to bring us right back into our ad creation that we were at. And you can see, let me move your faces one more time. So you can see here, it's already got estimated daily results, payment summary, things like that. We haven't even gotten to that part yet. It's down below, but it's already starting to generate the estimated amount of people it's going to reach and the leads it's going to generate for us. So information labels, this is another new feature on Facebook. If you go ahead and click into here, what that's going to do is automatically decide, sometimes, you know, we've never even seen these before, but now when you see ads, when you go on Facebook here in a few minutes, you're going to notice all of these things. It decides what additional information to share with the user based on what they like the most. Do they care about price range when they're looking at Facebook? Do they care about check-ins? Do they look at people's reviews? Do they look at their ratings? Do they look at the times that they're open? What does that user focus on the most? Facebook automatically is going to put a little preview of your page information right here for the user. So if there's something about your page that you don't want shown or you don't like, you can deselect that here. This is pulled right from your page. So if you had a store page or price range, we don't really have that. We sell homes, but we don't sell goods. That's for, you know, people who are selling a specific product like Walmart or Target, or if you opened your own little Etsy shop. So it's got store location, hours of operation. For Realtors, we're 24/7. So I'm going to deselect that one. Page activity. How many people have checked in? How many followers do we have? What it also does is if it lands on, let's say, it lands on somebody's page that doesn't follow you, it'll tell them which one of their friends already follows you, so that they can find a likeness to, you know, oh, I didn't realize like Sally liked them. Oh, let me go check them out. If she trusts them, then I should too. And then different people who have liked the page versus followed the page, how long it takes you to respond to messages, if you've got great ratings, and recent page check-ins. So people don't check in. We're real estate, they don't check in here. And people don't message us. So I've gone ahead and deselected which ones I want shown and which ones I don't want shown. And Facebook is going to go ahead and assist us there. All right. So now it says I have 5 labels selected. Great. It automatically chooses all 9. If you don't want any info labels, then you can just go ahead and take that off as well. So Advantage Plus Creative. This is Facebook's new whole algorithm system. And you can read here, it says it leverages Facebook's data to automatically deliver different ad creative variations to people when they are likely to improve the performance. What that means in English is that Facebook is going to decide based on the parameters you have created, how your ad is going to work best to each user. So what that means is, for me, it might show up at the beginning of a Facebook video because I watch a lot of videos. What that might mean for JJ is it's going to show up dead center of her newsfeed because she spends a lot of time just scrolling her newsfeed. And what that might mean for somebody else is it's going to show up on the left-hand side of their desktop because they mostly use Facebook on their desktop. It is a different experience for user to user to user. Now, if you shut that off, you are going to have to create, critique, and decide exactly where your ad is going to show up. And that can be a handful. We're just going to let Facebook do what they do. They collect a whole lot of data on us that is uncomfortably overwhelming. So they know what the people want. We're going to let them decide and figure it out. So I always leave that button on. So if you don't learn anything today, this next part that I show you is the one thing I want you to remember. This is special ad category. This is ads that are about credit, employment, housing, social issues, elections, or politics. We fall into that category. We are housing. We have to turn this on. If you don't turn this on, the Facebook robot is going to read your ad and see that there is a house in the picture, see that there's description considering homes, and it is going to deny your Facebook ad. All of your hard work is going to go right out the window, and you are going to have to recreate your ad. There is not a second chance. There is not a review. There is not a copy. You don't go to Facebook jail. No Facebook jail. But they will just, you'll go out into your ad portal and it'll say denied. And you're going to say, I don't know why, or maybe you'll remember this conversation I had with you, but you will have to start over from scratch. So please mark yourself as a special ad category and then select which one it is. And we are housing. For this one, you can select multiple. If maybe if you're running a joint ad with your favorite lender and it's about getting approved for new construction, make sure you put credit in there as well. But you have to select housing. Now, why they do this is because now that I've selected housing, they are not going to let me specify my ad by the protected classes, okay? We are not going to be able to run an ad that goes to specific age ranges, to specific races, to specific classifications. Think of all your protected classes. I know we all learned that. JJ can recite it in her sleep. But what happened is that we were all running Facebook ads and people were doing it to, not intentionally hurtful, but maybe it was to a specific type of person. And come to find out on the back end, they were like, why are only these type of people getting ads for housing and I'm not. Somebody got offended, Facebook got sued, so Facebook had to get involved. And it is our right to operate under the protected classes, but Facebook is controlling that as well. So you'll see when we go down to select our audience, we're not going to be able to access some of the features that they have because it's about protected classes. Okay. So I will get off my soapbox on that one. Please, please, please turn that button on or all of your work will be lost. So this is the really fun part of creating the ad. Who is going to see your ad? This is the whole point of it, right? We've designed it, we've created it. We're already tired, exhausted, and we just want them to run the ad out, but now we get to select our audience. So you've got lots of different options. So you can see here, it's already telling us our audience is adjusted to the following policies. The audience selection above, you'll have unavailable is due to projected classes, due to housing. But the most important button that you need is right here, this really, really tiny one that's easy to miss. So audience details, we're going to go ahead and select the little pencil, and it is going to open up this entire feature. So you can see here, we cannot select men or women because it's a protected class. So it is going to all genders, whether we like it or not. And the age range is protected as well, because you cannot, you've got age, you've got gender, and race has never been in Facebook, but there's that too. The biggest question I get is people are like, okay, but here in Florida, we have a lot of 55 and older housing. And I don't want, I've got a condo that's in 55 or older, and I don't want this advertisement going out to people who are less than 55. Unfortunately, I have tried as creatively as I can. There's not a workaround for that. So you can please your seller by putting the advertisement out there, but what you're going to want to do is make sure you choose your wording carefully and use the right terms in the description, and put that first sentence, right away, so you're not getting all these inquiries and people, are confused about why they can't have it because it's 55 and older. But you just can't. You can't advertise to 55 and older, and I'm sorry. So once we scroll past all of these things, we're going to come down to location. So specifically for this one, what I want to do is, this house is located over in 33914. So I want to advertise to the surrounding areas, and that might not be what you're going for. What I like to do whenever there is a blizzard in Boston is we advertise to all of our Bostonians, and we just bug the crap out of them while they're stuck in the snow with pictures of palm trees and beaches. So then I'll go ahead and choose some zip codes that I know, or we'll do all of Boston. So depending on what you're trying to do, just advertise to the area that you need. So once it drops a pin, you can see here, it is going to advertise to this whole area. Now, what that means is it's advertising to anybody who says they live in that area, or anybody's GPS signal that has picked up in that area or recently tagged themselves in that area if their GPS is shut off. So that means if you live there, or if you're just hanging out in the area, you are likely to get this ad. So it is within a 15-mile radius, but we can go ahead and make that bigger, make that smaller. Think of this just like MLS when you're searching for houses. So we can zoom in and zoom out on that map as well. We can move that pin if we wanted to, and you've got your radius here. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it just to advertise right around that Cape Coral area for people who are already in that area looking to maybe upgrade. So then we've got detailed targeting. This is where a lot of people might get lost, and you got to get a little creative. So this is based on people's interests. Okay, so Facebook follows us. We've got cookies that are in our internet browser that shows where we've been, what we're interested in, what we're doing besides being on Facebook. So in here, I like to type realtor.com. Because people who have recently visited realtor.com, when they come back onto Facebook, it shows in their cookies they've been on that website searching for real estate. And boom, there's your ad. So then you want to think of all the other sites that we, don't love, but people are searching for real estate instead of our website, right? So we're going to add Zillow, we're going to add realtor.com. So for whatever reason, it automatically put these in here. So we're going to take out 4-wheel drive and car dealerships. renting, we're going to leave that in there. Maybe they've been looking at rental sites, but we're going to convince them they can buy a house. So there's lots of different interests that we can go ahead and start typing in here. If you click browse, it's going to bring you to a more detailed part of this targeted audience. So we've got Zillow, we've got Realtor.com. I believe Homes.com is an option. What I like to do is just type in, it's not in there anymore. So what I like to do is just start typing in all the websites that people might be on or things that people are interested in. People who are interested in real property and real estate industry, typically that's people who are interested in becoming realtors, which is everybody. So if you want to advertise to them too, you can. But you've got lots of different options out here. So this is just where you have to get creative. And it's going to remind you again that the detailed targeted advertising is capped based on those protected classes. So we've got somebody asked if we can do Florida real estate. That's not coming up with anything. So what you want to do is just, I start with Zillow.com and Realtor.com. And what it will do is right here when you're typing, it'll start suggesting like-minded things to you. Because I'm live streaming right now, my bandwidth is really stretched and it's not loading suggestions. So if you come down here though, there are some other options down here as well that are more broad. So you've got apartment lists, apartment.com, application for employment. It's kind of hit or miss, but you can start scrolling through here and checking off things that match your same customers' interests that you're going after. Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, once you start
Is there boating or any of that kind of stuff in there, like hobbies kind of thing in there? I know you're scrolling through, so I was just asking really quick.
Any kind of, I'm sorry, what?
Things like boating. I see RVs and things like that. Okay. So the big things that people like, golfing.
Yeah, that's very, very smart. So where this is the Golf Access Home, we want to advertise to boaters. If you're doing like Kelly Greens, they've got a huge golfing community. You can advertise to golfers, those different things. So we're gonna click on anything that has to do with real estate for right now. Real estate economics. I'm just going for generic people that are interested in real estate. And once you're done with that, what you want to do is click this back button. It's going to update all of that for you. And your whole list is going to be here. Okay. So just so that we don't get confused, because there's lots of different pieces that we've gone through. Right now, we're just focused on the audience. So we've gone ahead and we've selected, we can't select the gender or the age, but we've selected the area. And then we've gone ahead and we've selected what their interests are. Okay, so down here, it'll continue to change, whether you're too specific, you're too broad, but we see green is highlighted. So we are right on track with our audience definition. If you get too specific and you're saying, well, I want somebody that only does this, they're going to say, well, there's not a lot of people that advertise and you're not going to get a bang for your buck. Right? So it's going to put it here. It's going to let you know that it's just not good. And if you don't put any specifics, let's say you just don't put in any kind of area, you don't put in any kind of interests, and it's just like going out to everybody in the United States, it's too broad and you're not going to get a good turnout for that either. Facebook has a lot of data, so they're going to be able to tell you what is a good amount of details to put in there. So we've stayed in this green area. We're good. Our estimated audience size could be anywhere from 269,000 people to 316,000 people. Wouldn't it be great to work with that many people? Don't we all have that much time on our hands? Awesome. All right, so we're going to save audience, and I promise we're almost at the end. The audience is kind of the biggest part of it that can be complicated. So the last part of it is our duration. So you could run this ad continuously until you tell it to stop. I don't advise doing that, especially for your first ad. If you forget about it, you go on vacation or something happens to you, it's just going to keep taking your money. So I'm going to go ahead and run this ad for a week, especially because even if I have this listing in a week, what I want to be able to do is look at the ad, see how it performed, and see what I can critique, right? So our ad end date would be November 22nd. My advice to you guys with the holiday coming up is to run an ad over the Thanksgiving holiday week, because a lot of us are sitting on our phones at the Thanksgiving dinner table instead of talking to family members.
And why am I in Minnesota when I could be in Florida?
Yeah, exactly. Why am I sitting at the dinner table when I could be like sitting out on my golf access property? No, but in all seriousness, during holiday weeks and things like that, people are on their phones a lot just because they're not at work. So it's or they're sitting in the car. It's a great time to advertise. So once you've chose your duration, when your ad's going to run, you're going to go ahead and choose your budget. So based on your budget tells you how many people you're going to reach. We saw before that we had thousands and thousands of people that fit the criteria we put in there, but based on how much money you want to hand over to Facebook is how much they're going to put you in front of people. The more money, the more frequent your ad. That's just hand in hand. So we're going to go ahead. You can just spend a minimum of $3. And then I've seen, you've got big corporations that spend thousands of dollars a day, but you don't have to spend that much money to get leads. So typically I'm going to go ahead, and this is an example one. So I'm just going to run it for $10. Typically when we run ads, we'll throw 20 bucks out there and we'll get a good sheet of leads. Okay. So for those of us that are just starting out or we have a small budget, this is a great place to start. You don't have to sign a contract like you would with Realtor.com or Zillow or anything like that to start getting leads. You're like, okay, I got 20 bucks. Here you go. Throw it at Facebook and get maybe anywhere from 15 to 40 leads, depending on the week. Yes, question.
Can you change out the property during that 7 days, or is it on 7 days unchanged?
You can't, you can make small edits to your ad if there's an issue, and it's going to go through that review process again. So it's going to pull it off and then put it back on. But the question was, can you change out the property? No, you would stop that ad and create another ad. But if this goes under contract tomorrow and you're like, oh crap, well, you can stop it and you can do another ad if you want to. It's so that's the other thing. The way that Facebook bills is they don't take your money right away. They take it after the ad has run, which I know sounds crazy, but based on how many people they were actually able to get you onto, there have been times where I'll run this ad and maybe in 7 days I get charged like $9.58. They stay very, very true and transparent to those numbers. Okay.
The question?
Yeah, absolutely.
On the daily budget, it says on your example, estimated 168 to 487 people per day. Unless your total audience could be 5,000. Are they going to reach the same people every day, or will it be a new group every day?
It's typically, so the numbers that they're giving you here, people reached, those are new authentic users. So it's like, it's not gonna be the same person 3 times, does not count as 3, they only count as 1.
That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, absolutely. So and what's cool is when you start going out here and playing with this, they've got like little info buttons next to each thing that you can click on, and then like people, if you click that, it's going to bring you back to your audience, but you can click around, and that's really how I've learned, right? I've gone out here and every time Facebook updates something, I'm clicking the little info buttons on it and just reading up on it like crazy.
Okay.
So yeah, and this is the daily budget. You can also, and they might so that's in a different part. If you were to go out into your ads manager portal where I showed you before and you got into like the nitty gritty, they have some more options. You can choose an overall budget as well. And
play with the days or the
you can play with the days, you can play with the numbers, things like that. Okay. Oh, so whether you run it continuously or for one set time, they will allow you to choose a budget. And you can just type it in here too if you wanted to get that specific. Okay. So again, placement, same thing. We've got Advantage Plus placement turned on. So it's going to decide where it's placed. Somebody needs to mute themselves. It's going to decide where it's placed based on what the user's experience is. Okay. So, and then down here at the bottom, you've got the payment method. If you do not have a payment method chosen, or you don't have your payment information put in there yet, it's going to prompt you to do so. It's going to give you this little guy right here. You're going to just say add instead. So when you go to put it in there, it's going to ask you a few more questions that I've already been through because I've set up my profile. It's going to ask you where your location is, what your time zone is. It's going to ask you a couple of basic like questions to set up your portal in your profile, which you just walk through those. You go ahead and fill that out. Once you're done, your payment method will be here at the bottom, and you can just click promote now. When you click promote now, what that is going to do is just bring you right back to Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and click it for right now.
Mom's going.
Yeah, right. We'll see. I just don't know how fast it's going to go while we're zooming. But so here we go. Once you're done, you've got this. So our ad is in review right now. It's got our total budget, our goal, and all of that. So we can go ahead and go to Ad Center, or we can X out and just go right back to scrolling on Facebook. But I'm going to go ahead and take you guys back into this Ad Center.
Real quick question. When you said it's in review, how long does it go into review before they approve it and make it live or turn it up, turn it down?
Typically, my ads have always gone out within like 5 minutes.
Okay.
It's
Thank
very
you.
quick. It's very quick. If it takes longer, then I start to get a little concerned. I have had ads denied for like silly things. But like I said, if you don't click that button that you're a specialty ad category, it's going to get denied. It's going to get denied right away. So you can see here the status is in review and all the details of your ad. Now I want to take us back out because we're not going to sit here and just watch this. It's like watching paint dry. We're going to come back out. We're going to go to the home page. So we're out here. We're just scrolling through everything. You are going to get a notification at the top, whether you're on your phone or you're on the desktop. You're going to get a notification that your ad's been approved and it's running. But we want to go out and check on it, right? So we're going to come back out to the left-hand side here. We're going to click see all, and we're going to go to our ad center. Because I've recently clicked it, it's up here at the top for me. But again, if you scroll down here and go to the bottom, your ad center is down here and your ad manager is here. Both the same thing. One is internal on Facebook and the other one is external. So we were just here. You can click that and come right back to, oops, sorry guys, I clicked it again. You can come right back to where we were by clicking those simple buttons, or we can go to the ads manager portal. And the ads manager portal is a better place to see your leads. So when you're out here, you can see this one is in review, but for other ones I've completed, your results, we've run ads for events before. So I wanted people to come out to the events. These weren't leads related, but under your results, you can click into here and get a sheet of your leads and export your leads. So you can also click into each ad and get details on those ads. But once you guys get to this point, it's going to start notifying you that you have leads out here. You're going to get push notifications within your Facebook portal and different things like that. So you can just click in here. It's going to start showing you numbers of leads that you have. And it'll be a clickable link that you can click, and it'll show up like a spreadsheet. You'll have the names, the phone numbers, and the email so that you can start contacting people. This ad, like I said today, once it starts running, you'll be talking to people by the end of the day. You'll start getting leads right away. You'll start being able to reach people right away. And generally, when we've run these ads before, you know, they're not fake. Sometimes, given with any type of lead source that you use, some people might not answer, but most of the time, people do answer, and they're solid leads. They're real people clicking on it. It's not bots or anything like that. And the other question that I get the most is, well, I don't want to put my credit card into Facebook. I don't trust Facebook. And that's fine. If you don't trust them, use a credit card instead of your debit card. But I've been using Facebook since I was born because I'm a millennial, and they've never stolen my credit cards. So I know that's a lot to take in, and we're probably going to get on the schedule soon. We're going to go back to doing our regular workshops where we sit down and work on stuff together. So maybe we'll put together a Facebook workshop where we can all sit down and start working on ad creation together. Do you guys have any questions? I know it's a lot to take in.
The only thing I can think of is a team.
Yeah.
What contact comes up in the ad?
The contact information that comes up in the ad. So they're saying if you've got a team or there's multiple people on that page, the contact that comes up for that ad is whatever is on the Facebook page. All that information is directly from the business page that's created. Because aside from clicking your ad and giving you the information, they can also click on your profile, go into your profile and check you out as well. So you kind of get some of that brand awareness as well as creating a lead. That's a good question. Anything else? You guys are set. So if you guys end up going out there today and putting together a Facebook ad, you get stuck, give us a call here at the office. I'm here to help with whatever you might need. And if it's odd hours, because we all like to sit there and be creative at 2 a.m. when we can't go to sleep and make a Facebook ad, call the tech hotline down at Florida Realtors. It's a great benefit that you guys pay for. They can help you walk through a Facebook ad. But I wish you guys the best. Create those Facebook ads, start talking to people tonight, and do some business. Thanks for coming out to the class, guys.